My budget 2025 YouTube slash gaming setup is pretty much solid enough for me to show you guys in its entirety because I feel like I got the stuff that I needed to get for the remainder of this year. Let's get into the showcase. So this is my budget YouTube slash gaming setup of 2025. Yes, I know there are a bunch of spaghetti noodles under my desk, but don't even worry about that right now. You feel what I'm saying? As soon as I could get my setup to look 90% of how I want it to look, we will worry about that. But until then, just ignore that. So to start, we have my beautiful monitors. Both of these are the same exact monitors. They are AOC 27-inch monitors. I picked both of these monitors up for $120 each, so I actually spent a total of $240 on both of these monitors. I bought two of them to replace the good old ultra wide monitor that I used to have. It was 34 inches. I have two reasons why I got rid of that monitor, and the first one being it was simply too long. Before I revamped my whole entire setup back in June, I knew that one monitor was not cutting it for me, so I figured that two would really be the sweet spot for what I'm doing. And I feel like any content creator or streamer would probably tell you one monitor is just not enough for anything. You guys may notice that my second monitor is at a vertical layout. While I was rearranging my room last week, I had to rebuild my whole setup again, and I decided to make my second monitor a vertical to just see how it goes. And from the past week of using it at a vertical angle, it has been amazing. It's been really good for Spotify, Discord, still sufficient enough for my OBS needs, and it is so much better from when I'm reading things. And it is amazing when it comes to YouTube Shorts, TikToks, and Instagram Reels. Then if we go up to my camera, I have a Sony ZV-1F. This camera goes for about $500 on Amazon last I checked. YouTubers and other content creators that are immensely bigger than me use crazier cameras like the FX3, but that camera is damn near $4,000. I don't got that kind of money. However, this camera was a birthday gift from my pops, so to my dad, thank you so much for gifting me this camera. I feel like it's a good camera for people that is getting into content. You feel what I'm saying? It's pretty solid for vlogging, or you could save up more and get a ZV-E10. But there was another camera I used to use before this, and it was this bad boy right here. This camera right here is a Sony a7S II. This camera was a gift to me from my uncle back in 2022 because he specializes in the videography world. It's been a camera that I've been using up until June, and if you guys know a lot about cameras and tech like I do, you might be wondering why I even switched out of this camera. Well, I'll show you why. This is the reason why. Now, I really did try to attempt to fix this camera. You feel what I'm saying? I bought a replacement screen to try to fix this. And when I did, I realized the buttons were not working. Later on, the screen stopped working again, and well, I had no choice until recently but to use this camera how it was. Although this camera did beat my old camera in terms of video quality, this was bad that I couldn't control the buttons nor see the screen because I couldn't control my ISO, my shutter speed, my aperture. I couldn't really control anything. This led to my videos looking quite dark and grainy, and this was a problem when I made thumbnails. If you guys go back to my older videos, my thumbnails did not look high quality at all. So this was honestly an amazing gift that I have gotten from him. Now I'm about to put Brody back to sleep. Now we will go on to my light. I recently just purchased this light actually. It is called the Neewer GL1 Pro. I picked it up on Amazon for $96. This light is supposed to be the competitor to the Elgato key light, which is what I was considering on buying at first, but then I looked at the price on Amazon. And yeah, that's not very budget friendly. I also recognize the problems that a lot of people have had with the Elgato key light, which was no physical buttons and constantly disconnecting from the Wi-Fi and whatnot. And I saw a lot of people pointed this light out right here, so I decided to pick it up. The original price was $130. I saved like 40 bucks.
40 bucks, bro.
For a light of this caliber. Before this light, I have been using a lamp for my light source, and it, you know, did what it needed to do. But the reason why I wanted to let go of that lamp quite quickly was because I couldn't really control the color temperature or the brightness of the lamp, and it was also taking some space on my desk. I wanted something that I had more control of that also didn't take space on my desk, so I picked one of these up, and honestly I think it looks so much better than the lighting that I used from my lamp. like so much better. If we go over to my mic, I got a TLM 103 mic. I've talked about it a lot of times, but I will talk about it again. The TLM 103 is an overkill mic for anybody. I don't recommend anybody buying this mic. It is a $1,000 mic. This mic is meant for people that make music. Luckily though, me and my dad are music producers, but mostly him. This mic he has been using for quite some time when it came to recording his music and other people's music, and when he found out that he wasn't using it as much, he decided to gift it to me to make sure I have really good sound quality. I have this mic connected to a FiFine audio mixer. I picked this up for about $50 on Amazon with the Kludge same-day delivery. It's the audio mixer that's meant to connect to mics that have XLR connections, and for the price, you get a voice changer, auto-tune, and a soundboard. The soundboard is quite low quality, to be quite frankly honest with you, but for its main purpose to be an audio mixer for 50 bucks, I'd say it's a pretty good addition to add on there. The voice changer and the auto-tune is pretty great too. I don't use it a lot, but when I do, I like to fuck around a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? You also have these knobs to control your mic levels, your headset levels. It does what it needs to do, man. It's a pretty good audio mixer for the price, and I really do think that anybody that have XLR mics should buy this if you are not willing to spend more than like $100 on stuff like a Go XLR or stuff of that nature. Then if we go on to my speakers, I have a Klipsch THX. I don't know if that's exactly how you say it, but we actually got these speakers off Facebook Marketplace for under $100, and these come with a subwoofer, so the bass you can like literally feel it in your body. I don't even know, bro. It has immensely better sound quality compared to my old speakers, bro, and honestly I don't think I can ever go back to speakers that doesn't come with a subwoofer. It's just not possible. Because of how good the sound quality is on these speakers, it's making me think about upgrading my headset pretty quickly, but I'm not entirely sure about it yet. This is an Alienware headset that has came with my PC for free. Now, I'm not complaining about a free headset whatsoever. I mean, free is... I like free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? But as y'all can see, it's raring and tearing. I had this headset for 3 years as well, and the bass just doesn't compare to the speakers. You feel what I'm saying? I'm thinking about getting studio headphones like a 990 Pro, but at the same time, the headset is not that bad for me to like really upgrade it yet. It does what it needs it to do. I usually use my speakers 99% of the time, but when I do use my headset, I pretty much use it for the game sometimes with my friends, or when I'm editing sometimes, but besides that, I barely use it. So this is why I don't really find it important to upgrade right now, but eventually I will. But it still does what it needs it to do, and it's free. On to the PS5. So my PS5 I actually got way before I got my PC, so I don't know if I should count this in here, but it is on my desk, so I guess it's technically part of my setup now. This is the digital edition, and this is the first model, so this costed like $400 at the time. Yeah, there's not really much to say about it. It's a PS5. Then you got the controllers there. You know, I just have it there just in case if I want to play on the PS5 or connect it to my PC. I have my mouse and keyboard as well. My mouse is a Razer Basilisk V2. I bought this mouse 3 years ago, around the time where I got my PC. At the time I bought this for 50 bucks. Can't really complain much about it. Then to my keyboard, I bought a RK Royal Kludge R75 for about 60 bucks. That's honestly a good keyboard. Now my chair, this beautiful essence of black and red chair. This chair was gifted to me from my amazing auntie back in 2023 for my 16th birthday, when she realized how serious I was about my content stuff, and she decided to put some money together to buy me this amazing chair. And this was replacing my old office chair at the time. My old office chair was kind of uncomfortable, and it was getting quite annoying because I couldn't recline it or do anything with it. So this chair is able to do that, and it has a leg rest at the bottom. If I ever wanted to watch any TV shows from my computer and I wanted to get comfortable with it, I could just put the leg rest up, recline my chair, get a blanket, and literally just treat my chair as if it's my bed or whatever, even though it has been through its fair share of battles. I've had this chair for 2 years at this point. Then we have my desk. My desk ain't really special, to be honest with you. It's a 63-inch desk that is a height adjustable, so I can control it for when I sit down or when I stand up. I bought this desk for about 110 bucks, and I honestly wanted wanted a standing desk anyway because I always hated sitting down all the time. Sometimes I like to stand up while I'm editing my video, or I like to just stand up and walk around my room. So I figured this desk would be a really good pickup for $110. It is quite amazing. Then I just have the Oculus to my left side of the desk hooked onto it. I low-key forgot how much it costed. It was probably about $200, but we bought this all the way back in 2021, so I can't really remember. And then we got the PC itself. So the PC is an Alienware Aurora R4. It is a 12-year-old PC. Yes, you heard me correct. It is a 12-year-old PC. At the time when I did get it, which was back in 2022, we got this for $500. It wasn't so bad. It ran like butter, actually. It ran everything quite smooth and fast at the time. But since about maybe late 2023, I started to see performance issues with it, and it got worse over time. I decided one day I would look at the specs, and what I found was pretty disturbing. It is a i7 3820 CPU, 32 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. There are 4 hard drives, which I think is actually pretty good. I have one that's my boot drive, which is like, I think it's like 200 and something gigabytes. But I have another drive that is 1 terabyte for my games. I have another drive that's 1 terabyte for all the things to download in there and not my boot drive. And I have a 4 terabyte one for my YouTube videos and for extra games if need be. That being said, hard drives are not really recommended in modern day PCs. So unless if you really want to save some money and get like a 16 terabyte hard drive for like under 200 bucks, don't get hard drives, bro. It loads incredibly slow. The PC is quite loud too. I have a noise compression filter on it right now, so this is why you guys can't exactly hear it too much. If I turned it off right now temporarily, y'all can hear the PC, and it is garbage. As bad as the PC is, I am not gonna let it stop me from doing YouTube, and honestly, a PC is better than no PC. To be quite frankly honest, without this PC, I would not have gained over 1,500 subs, so I have to give credit where it's due. It helped me get to where I'm at. Then we have other essential stuff. I have my boom arm that costed about 50. I have like a stand for my camera that costed 40. I have my monitor mounts that costed 50. So yeah, that's pretty much my setup. If I had to guess how much it costed in total, I would say it cost no more than $1,300, to be quite frankly honest with you. Hold on. Did I just say 1,300, bro? Guys, I was just here editing this video, man, and after hearing 1,300, I was really questioning what on earth was I on. Your boy decided to do some calculations to verify if that statement was correct. After putting all the pieces together, this is what I found. Now, to be quite frankly honest with you guys, that is still not bad, and I would declare that as a budget setup. The main reason of that being, this is how much mid-tier PCs cost. So being able to get all of this for a price of a PC is kind of crazy. Anyway, I just had to make that announcement. Let's go back to that guy. I made this video for 2 reasons. 1, to document my setup, and 2, you'll see setups on YouTube that probably cost over $2,500 to $3,000, and as cool as those setups are, and I wish I had that kind of money. I wish. You feel what I'm saying? I wanted to show people how a setup could look like if you kind of just try to stretch out every last dollar that you have. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time.